to another episode of Brown Girls Are Beautiful. Today is heute ist Samstag. Today's Saturday, y'all. And I actually woke up very, very early, kind of fell back to sleep, woke up again, and now it's 9:35 a.m. It's 9:34. I should have been out of the house by now, but I wanted to come say hi to y'all before I leave, just so that I can try to have some consistency here. Um, right now, I'm just getting myself together. I just need to put my shoes on, and that's it, y'all. Put some shoes on, and that's it. I didn't really have time to do a whole lot. Um, like I need to do a lot of stuff in the house, y'all. But either if I take time to do everything I want to do in the house, and I'm not going to have time to do what I need to do when I leave. And yesterday, let me tell y'all, yesterday it got up to 83 degrees, believe it or not. When I left the school yesterday, it was 83 degrees outside. So all the flat ironing that I did to my hair, y'all, my hair frizzed up in the back. It frizzed up in the back here. And then it frizzed up around the edges. So I am trying to decipher if I even want to run the flat iron through again. I probably don't really want to do that, but it is what it is. I always keep something with me to kind of tie around my hair. If you notice, I tie my edges up a lot. My stomach is growling, so if you hear it, excuse me. I was going to make a smoothie. Well, I have like this apple that I could chop up and eat. I might do that before I leave too. Um, Instead of going to get something to eat, but I will be eating later. I don't know what I want to do with my hair, y'all. I think I was going to try to wear it down today. That's what I'm contemplating on doing. Just wear it down today. That's what I think I might do. Or I could pull it back, pull it all back. Sometimes I just do this to get it out the way, y'all. Just have it, back or whatever. But I think I'm just gonna wear it like this, and then all of us know, so we can never go wrong with having one of these. I need to buy some more because I feel like for some reason I only have two left, and I'm pretty sure somehow my cat. I saw one in the kitchen on the floor. My cat gets into these. I don't know how he finds them, and he bites on them and chews on them and plays with them. So once that happens, I throw them away. No longer use them anymore. Because I don't want it after he's been messing with it. So I'm just gonna put one around my wrist. Check out the stick of my wrist, and then if I want to tie it back, I can. We always have to have those handy, y'all. I don't know, y'all. Just trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. I might just take this little piece and put like a clamp on it, like that. See how that goes. Something nice and simple. Don't have to do too much. So with all that being said, today, instead of it being 83 degrees and sunny, it is actually an overcast and wet outside, y'all. And we're having chilling temperatures outside. So they said the next 3 days it will be chill outside. So we're not having the summer and spring weather that we had yesterday, lo and behold, unbeknownst to us. Interesting, isn't it? How weather changes overnight like that, right? So this is why I have on my yellow jogger set. This thing is so comfortable, y'all. I love this one. I like the color. I like wearing like gold yellow. And I got this from Aeropostale, y'all. Aeropostale used to have some really good sales on their jogger sets back in the day. I don't know what they have going on now because now they're selling the top piece separate from the bottom piece. And I'm not accustomed to that. I was accustomed to getting the whole thing all together. And I think I paid no more than like maybe $30 to $35 for this. And it's really good material, really good fabric. I've had it for years. This one, and I have a gray one. And if I had known that everything would have gone up the way that it has, I probably would have gotten more of these, but I don't know. I didn't know that they were going to raise their prices like that. So if you ever find anything on sale that you really, really like and you have the funds to do so, just get a lot of them. That's what I would do. Get a lot of them. That's what I would do. I'm hungry, y'all. I need to go chop up this apple. If I cut the hunger. I didn't buy any bananas yesterday when I was at the store. I should have. I picked up some cat food. I need to get kitty litter today. I need to get, what else do I need to get? Oh, green gobbler stopper. Green gobbler drain clog dissolver. That's what I'm going to get. Thank you. Thank you. D. Comey Improvement. D. Comey Improvement. Do you improve houses? Is that what you do? You do like home improvement? Because if you do home improvement, I am very envious of you. Well, I admire that about you. I have a few little things that I want to do around the house as well. Like I want to change out the fan up there and put a light in that dryer vent, which I don't know how to do. What's good, Hammer Fox? What's good, Natalie Bird? How are you all doing today? So I didn't really have a lot to talk about. What is my name? My name is Brown Girls Are Beautiful. You can call me Seven Wonder on here. That is my name. What is your name? D Home Improvement. I'm pretty sure you get a lot of business. Oh, DC. I'm slow. No, I'm not gonna call myself slow. DC Home Improvement. I just figured out. Your name is Matthew. Shout out to Matthew. DC Home Improvement. So I'm assuming you're in Washington DC. That's what I think anyway, because you said DC Home Improvement. So shout out to you for being able to improve homes, Matthew. All right. Excuse me for calling you by your what do you call it? Your name on here, because that's what popped up. I'm not gonna be on here long, y'all. Just wanted to say hi to y'all. Just spread some love to the world. Thank you for tuning in with Brown Girls Are Beautiful. I have to go out here and get some stuff done. I also need to prepare some information for a potential client, y'all. She wants to sell her condo and she has a house not too far from here. And I told her the other week that I would do the numbers for her, but I can't precisely do them how I want because I told her I need to look at her house. I've never been in the house. I've seen her house. I've been in her condo before, and her condo is really cute, y'all. It's in a high demand area. So you said it's so okay. Okay. Yes. Yes, indeed. So hopefully we can have a deal going soon for her. But people look, and I'm not trying to wish anything bad. People are very fickle when they say they want to do something. So I take people with a grain of salt. I've learned to do that over the years because a lot of people say they want to do something and they don't actually do it. A lot of people say they want to be homeowners and they don't actually take the steps and the measures to become a homeowner. We can't push them into it, right? We can only give them the information that will help get them there. And people say, and I've been talking to someone for a few years now, since 2022, saying they want to sell a house. They want to sell their house, they want to sell their house. But at that particular time, she wanted to take the equity and put like all her equity into a new house. So she didn't have a house payment. But keep in mind, that's when real estate was really booming. So everything that we saw, it probably really was going to need a lot of work done to it. And I feel like you should look out for the best interest of the client because that's one of your fiduciary duties is put their needs above yours. And I'm like showing her this stuff and she's like, oh yeah, she was going for it. But I'm like, all the work that it would need, I'm not sure that she's going to be able to complete these DIY projects, right, by herself. So my advice to anybody, if you are a single female and you are thinking about purchasing a home by yourself, because it's doable, y'all, is you don't want to go into something that's going to be overwhelming. You don't want to go into something that's going to have a whole bunch of issues that are major and it's going to require a lot of money. And like if you have to gut the kitchen, I had another client that basically sold them a home. This was in 2022, I think. Her and her husband and her three children moved in to that house. They are going, she said they were going through a divorce and she wanted to separate from him. She wanted to try to buy a house on her own. So she wanted me to meet her at this house. So I did, took some time to talk to her. She's really young, y'all, with these three children. And the home just really was not in livable condition. So my thing, thank you, DC Home Improvement. My thing is this: you have three children, you're by yourself, you're going to school, you don't have that much income. Why would I try to talk you into buying a house knowing that this is not the best decision for you? So I let her talk to the lender, of course, and he told her the same thing. Like we spoke, we talked in person in that house for a long time. Not even talking about the home, just talking about her, her husband, her relationship, what's going on. She said he was bipolar. I didn't know it when I was working with them. They seemed really cute, y'all, and very adorable. But you never know what's going on with people behind the scenes that makes them feel motivated to want to jump into something. So it's always best to get the backstory behind people. What's good, Lonesome Dove? I remember being in the office and one of my colleagues was talking about having, helping people sell their house. And he was like, and somebody said, well, if they sell their house, my question is always, what's their motivation and what are they going to do next once they move? And he was like, that's not my problem. He said, where they're going next was not his problem. But if they sell their home and they have nowhere to go, y'all, that's going to be a problem. And you know who they're going to blame? You, the realtor. Even though this is something they asked for, they're still going to blame you for it because they're going to make it seem like you put them in this position, you pressured them, and you didn't do anything. Nobody can make a person sign papers. Nobody can make a person sign a contract. They have to willingly do this. And actually, they teach you that in real estate school because that's real estate law. You cannot sign a contract under duress or it voids the contract. You cannot sign a contract if you're under the legal age of 18 or it voids the contract. And you have to be of right sound, of right mind, of right judgment. Like you can't be mentally unstable. You can't be under the influence of drugs and paraphernalia when you go into a contract, y'all, to make it legally binding, or it makes the contract null and void. So these are things that you definitely have to look out for when you talk to people because you never know what mental state they're in when they make these claims that they want to do stuff. And I find that more people than you think are mentally unstable when they make decisions talking about they want to sell their house. Especially like if they're going through relationship issues, that's like a driving factor. Most people sell their houses, in my opinion, because of divorce or because the older people like to downgrade. Um, that's another thing too. And then also they need money. A lot of people want to get the most. Of course, anybody wants to get the most that they can out of their house, but they have to be realistic with this economy, right? They have to be realistic with the market. You can't be in a $300,000 to $400,000 neighborhood and think you're going to sell it at a $500,000 price. That's not feasible. And any, sound realtor is going to advise their client not to even look at your house or even offer that much for the house because they're going to compare your house to all the other homes in that neighborhood that's like your house or within a 1 mile radius and ask themselves and ask their client, why would you pay that much for that house? That's ridiculous. And even if you get an appraisal, it's probably not going to appraise for the price that they're asking for. That's how you know that house is overpriced, y'all. So it's really hard in most situations to overpay for a house. Like it's difficult to do that because there are so many parameters put in place, especially if your realtor already prepared the CMA, the comparable market analysis for that house in that neighborhood. They're going to look at those numbers and say, this does not match what I'm seeing. So they are overpricing that house. And really, the reason that happens is because the people selling the house, they're probably not advocating. Well, they're not probably consulting with the realtor. They might be trying to do it by themselves, for sale by owner. Or it could be that they are not listening to their realtor and they are the ones driving that whole transaction. So the realtor can only advise you. They can't make and force you to sell it at the correct price point. It's kind of like an attorney. The attorney's there to advise you. They cannot force the client to do the right thing. And so there are a lot of misconceptions with realtors, y'all. They are very much they're not trusted. People compare, from my understanding, people compare realtors to like pushy car salesmen. And you'll know this because when they come in the open house and you're greeting them and you're asking them questions, just being cordial, and you ask them to sign the open house sign-in sheet. I used to do it too, so I can't say anything about it because I didn't want people emailing me, calling me, texting me. I didn't want to be harassed. They'll put down the wrong information. They won't write legibly. They'll be like, "Oh, we'll reach out to you." All these antics, y'all, that they do, that they pull. So it's a very tedious industry to be in. It's very, you could get frustrated with people because they will waste your time. Um, I don't know what they think. I think they guess that you can just go freely show them houses and you get paid to show houses. No. Why am I going to waste my gas, my time, my effort, and my energy, and you don't have a pre-approval letter, meaning you don't even have something that solidifies that you can afford a house? I'm not doing that to myself, and I don't advise anybody else to do that. Now, I've heard realtors say that to build a rapport, they will go meet them at the house and show them a house. But now we can't do that because by law, before we show a house, we have to have a buyer agency agreement signed, and that is by the Real Estate Commission law. They just changed that, and a lot of people may or may not understand that. And if they don't want to do it, then they don't want to see the house, y'all. Because why would you go show a house, put your time, effort, and energy to showing the house, and violate and be in breach of the Real Estate Commission law? And then you could actually forfeit your license or put your license in jeopardy. Nobody's doing that just to show someone a house. So a lot of times people think they know more than what they do about the market or about real estate because they may have taken I have a client that I was working with. She took an investment class in California. We're not in California. This is a different market. She knows the basics about buying a home, but she wants to find a house first that she could put an offer in on and then put her house on the market. Guess what? She's been doing that for about over a year now with someone else. So when you're dealing with real estate, time is of the essence. People are delusional sometimes and thinking that that house is going to be there 6 months later. It could potentially be there, but most houses don't last as long as people think. And if they do, it's probably a reason that the house been sitting for a very long time in most cases, in a lot of cases.